The morning Dr. Elena Vasquez received the encrypted transmission from the International Space Station, she thought it was another routine data packet from the ongoing atmospheric studies. The coffee in her mug had gone cold as she stared at the screen in her office at the Arecibo Observatory's successor facility in Puerto Rico. What she was looking at defied everything humanity believed about its own origins. The signal wasn't coming from space. It was coming from beneath the Earth's surface. Director Chun, you need to see this immediately. Elena's voice cracked as she placed the emergency call to her superior at the Global Scientific Consortium. The data streaming across her monitors showed a pattern of electromagnetic pulses emanating from specific coordinates around the globe. Coordinates that corresponded exactly to sites where the earliest human civilizations had mysteriously appeared thousands of years ago. Dr. Marcus Chun arrived within an hour, his usual composed demeanor replaced by visible concern as Elena walked him through the discovery. The signals weren't random. They were systematic, rhythmic, and, most disturbing of all, they appear to be synchronized with human population growth patterns throughout recorded history. Run the frequency analysis again, Chun instructed, his hands trembling slightly as he adjusted his glasses. The results were consistent. The electromagnetic signatures matched no known geological phenomenon, but they did match something else entirely, the bioelectric patterns of massive organic incubation systems. 3 days later, an emergency meeting convened in Geneva brought together the world's leading scientists, archaeologists, and government officials. Dr. Sarah Okafor, a xenobiologist from the University of Lagos, presented findings that sent shockwaves through the assembly. Soil samples from archaeological sites in Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, ancient Egypt, and the Americas all contained traces of synthetic organic compounds that had no business existing in Earth's natural environment. These aren't terrestrial in origin, Dr. Okafor explained, her laser pointer highlighting molecular structures on the massive display screen. The isotope ratios are wrong. The carbon dating puts these compounds at roughly 12,000 years old, predating any known human technological capability by millennia. But, more importantly, these compounds are designed for one specific purpose: to create optimal conditions for human embryonic development on a massive scale. The silence in the room was deafening. Ambassador Yuki Tanaka from the United Nations Scientific Advisory Board was the first to speak. Dr. Okafor, are you suggesting that early human populations were artificially cultivated? Before she could respond, Dr. Chen's phone buzzed with an urgent message from the Deep-Sea Research Station Nereid, stationed in the Mariana Trench. The Ocean Floor Scanning Project had discovered something impossible: vast underground chambers beneath the seafloor, chambers that appeared to be artificial and showed signs of having been recently active. The expedition to investigate these underwater structures launched 2 weeks later. Dr. James Morrison, a marine archaeologist, led the descent in the advanced submersible Prometheus along with a team of specialists. What they found at a depth of 11 kilometers beneath the Pacific Ocean would forever change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. The structure was enormous, a complex network of interconnected chambers stretching for dozens of kilometers beneath the ocean floor. The walls were composed of a material that resembled metal, but possessed organic properties, seamlessly integrated with what appeared to be biological systems. Emergency lighting still functioned throughout the facility, casting an eerie blue glow across corridors that had clearly been designed for beings much larger than humans. These chambers, Dr. Morrison's voice crackled through the communication system as he guided the submersible through the facility's main corridor, they're not ancient. The power systems are still active. Some of these biological networks are still functioning. The first incubation chamber they discovered contained thousands of cylindrical pods arranged in perfect geometric patterns. Each pod was roughly human-sized, constructed from the same biometallic material as the walls. Residual analysis revealed traces of human DNA, amniotic fluid, and synthetic nutrients designed to support human development from conception to birth. Dr. Lisa Park, the team's biotechnology specialist, examined the control systems with growing amazement. These aren't just incubators, she reported. They're genetic modification and enhancement platforms. The programming suggests they were designed to produce humans with specific traits: enhanced intelligence, disease resistance, adaptation to different environmental conditions. This is beyond anything we've achieved with our current technology. The Central Command Chamber revealed the most shocking discovery of all. The facility's main computer system was not only still operational, but it contained detailed records of human cultivation projects spanning the last 50,000 years. The data indicated that humanity had been systematically seeded across Earth in carefully planned waves, with each generation receiving subtle genetic improvements designed to ensure survival and advancement. Dr. Ahmed Al-Rashid, the team's linguistics expert, worked feverishly to decode the alien text found throughout the facility. The symbols shared striking similarities with the earliest human writing systems: Sumerian cuneiform, Egyptian hieroglyphs, and Indus Valley script. As he cracked the translation protocols, a disturbing picture emerged. The records indicate that Earth was designated as a nursery world by an advanced extraterrestrial civilization, Dr. Al-Rashid explained during the emergency briefing transmitted back to the surface. Humans weren't evolved naturally on this planet. We were designed, cultivated, and strategically placed to serve as a genetic repository for this alien species. The alien records detailed a vast galactic civilization facing extinction due to a cosmic catastrophe, a supernova chain reaction that was systematically destroying star systems across their region of the galaxy. In a desperate attempt to preserve their genetic legacy, they had created hybrid species combining their own DNA with that of promising indigenous life forms on habitable worlds throughout the galaxy. Earth had been chosen because of its ideal conditions and the presence of early hominids whose genetic structure proved compatible with the alien template. Over thousands of years, these beings had carefully guided human development, establishing underground incubation facilities and monitoring stations to ensure the success of their biological investment. But the most shocking revelation came from the facility's most recent activity logs. The alien cultivation program hadn't ended with ancient civilizations. It was ongoing. The latest entries indicated that enhanced human specimens were still being produced and integrated into the general population, designed to accelerate technological and social development in preparation for a specific future event. Dr. Morrison's team discovered evidence that humans with superior cognitive abilities, enhanced physical capabilities, and extraordinary resistance to disease have been systematically introduced into human society throughout history. Many of humanity's greatest leaders, scientists, and innovators might have been products of this alien cultivation program, unknowingly carrying modified genetics designed to advance human civilization along predetermined pathways. The facility's astronomical databanks contained detailed information about the cosmic threat that had driven the aliens to create their galaxy-spanning preservation project. A massive dark matter disturbance was moving through their region of space, systematically destroying planetary systems and making entire sectors uninhabitable. The aliens had calculated that this phenomenon would reach Earth's solar system within the next 2 centuries. The human cultivation project had been designed as more than just genetic preservation. Humans were being prepared to serve as the alien successors, inheriting their technology and knowledge to continue their civilization's legacy. The accelerated development of human technology over the past century, the rapid advancement from primitive agriculture to space exploration, had been carefully orchestrated through the introduction of enhanced individuals who would drive innovation and discovery. But something had gone wrong with the alien plan. The facility's emergency protocols had been activated approximately 1,000 years ago, placing the cultivation systems into automated mode. The aliens themselves appeared to have vanished, leaving behind only their biological legacy and the systems designed to continue their work. Dr. Park made a disturbing discovery in the facility's biological archives. Human genetic samples from every major population group on Earth were stored in cryogenic preservation systems, along with detailed modification protocols for adapting human physiology to different planetary environments. The aliens had been preparing humanity not just to inherit Earth, but to colonize and populate other worlds throughout the galaxy. The records indicated that similar cultivation facilities existed on dozens of other worlds, each developing hybrid species from local life forms according to the same basic template. Humanity was part of a vast network of successor species, all designed to carry forward the alien civilization in the event of their extinction. As the team prepared to surface with their findings, they made one final discovery that would change everything. Hidden deep within the facility's archives were activation codes for awakening the remaining cultivation systems scattered across Earth. The aliens had built in a fail-safe mechanism. If their civilization were to fall completely, the cultivation facilities could be activated to rapidly accelerate human development and provide them with the knowledge and technology needed to continue the galactic civilization. Dr. Morrison faced an impossible decision as he stared at the activation interface. The power to transform humanity lay literally at his fingertips. The aliens' technology could solve Earth's energy crisis, eliminate disease, extend human lifespan indefinitely, and provide the tools needed to explore and colonize other star systems. But activating the systems would also fundamentally alter what it meant to be human, potentially erasing the natural evolutionary path that had made humanity unique. The surface world waited anxiously for the expedition's return, unaware that the very nature of human existence hung in the balance 11 kilometers beneath the Pacific Ocean. The discovery that Earth had served as an alien incubation facility for 50,000 years was shocking enough, but the revelation that humanity's future development could be artificially accelerated at any moment raised questions that went to the very core of human identity and freedom. As Dr. Morrison's finger hovered over the activation controls, he realized that humanity stood at the ultimate crossroads. They could remain the imperfect, struggling, naturally evolved species they had always believed themselves to be, or they could embrace their designed heritage and claim the vast technological legacy that awaited them among the stars. The electromagnetic signals detected by Dr. Vasquez continued to pulse steadily from cultivation facilities around the globe, automated systems maintaining their vigilant watch over humanity's genetic development. The incubators that had given birth to human civilization remained active, ready to complete their designed purpose whenever humanity chose to accept its true inheritance. The question was no longer how Earth had been populated, but whether humanity was ready to learn why it had been created and what destiny awaited it among the stars. The answer lay in the hands of a marine archaeologist standing in an alien facility beneath the deepest ocean, where the future of the human species waited to be decided with the touch of a button. The truth about humanity's origins had finally been revealed, but the story of where that truth would lead was only beginning to unfold. In the depths of the Pacific Ocean, surrounded by the technology of a vanished alien civilization, Dr. Morrison understood that he was about to make a decision that would echo throughout the cosmos for generations to come. The incubators that had created humanity stood ready to transform it once again, waiting patiently in the depths where they had always waited, ready to fulfill the ultimate purpose for which the human species had been designed. Dr. Morrison's hand trembled as he stepped back from the control panel, the weight of humanity's future pressing down on him like the crushing depths of the ocean above. The decision was too momentous for one person to make. He activated his emergency communication beacon, establishing a direct link to the Global Scientific Consortium's Emergency Command Center in Geneva. Surface Control, this is Prometheus Deep. I need immediate conference with the World Council. Priority Alpha. The fate of our species depends on the next decision we make. Within 6 hours, every major world leader, scientist, and philosopher was connected to the emergency session. The evidence Dr. Morrison's team had gathered was undeniable. Satellite confirmations had located 17 additional underwater facilities across the globe, each one pulsing with the same mysterious electromagnetic signatures. Ground-penetrating radar revealed similar structures buried beneath every major archaeological site where human civilization had first emerged. President Maria Santos of the Global Coalition spoke first, her voice steady despite the magnitude of the revelation. Dr. Morrison, help us understand what we're facing. If we activate these systems, what exactly happens to humanity? Dr. Park consulted the alien databases one final time before responding. Based on the cultivation protocols I've analyzed, activation would trigger a global genetic enhancement program. Every human being on Earth would be exposed to airborne genetic modification agents released from the facilities. The changes would be gradual, but irreversible. Enhanced intelligence, perfect disease immunity, extended lifespan measured in millennia rather than decades, and physical capabilities far beyond current human limits. The silence that followed was broken by Dr. Sarah Okafor's voice from Lagos. But there's something else, isn't there? The astronomical data suggests this enhancement isn't just for our benefit. Dr. Morrison nodded grimly. The alien records indicate that the enhancement program is designed to prepare humanity for a specific mission. The dark matter phenomenon that destroyed their civilization is still approaching. Based on their calculations, it will reach our solar system in approximately 187 years. Enhanced humanity would be expected to evacuate Earth and establish colonies throughout the galaxy, preserving not just human life, but the alien civilization's accumulated knowledge and culture. Rabbi David Goldberg, representing the World Religious Council, raised a profound question that had been haunting the discussion. Are we still human if we accept this enhancement? Or do we become something else entirely? Guardians of an alien legacy rather than masters of our own destiny. The debate raged for hours across the global communication network. Philosophers argued about the nature of free will and artificial destiny. Scientists presented competing theories about the long-term effects of genetic modification on such a massive scale. Military leaders worried about the security implications of suddenly enhanced human capabilities. Economists calculated the social disruption that would follow such dramatic biological changes. But it was Dr. Elena Vasquez, the astronomer who had first detected the signals, who posed the most crucial question of all. What if we choose not to activate the systems? What happens to humanity then? Dr. Morrison returned to the alien databases, searching for information about what would occur if the enhancement protocols were rejected. What he found was chilling. The records indicated that several other nursery worlds had rejected activation when offered the choice. Those civilizations had been allowed to continue their natural development, but they had all been destroyed when the dark matter phenomenon reached their star systems. They lacked the technology and biological resilience necessary to survive or escape the cosmic catastrophe. We're not just choosing whether to enhance ourselves, Dr. Morrison reported. We're choosing whether humanity survives at all. Natural human technology won't advance quickly enough to develop the interstellar capabilities needed to escape the approaching threat. The aliens designed the enhancement program because they calculated it was the only way their successor species could survive. The implications were staggering. Humanity had been created not as an independent species, but as a biological ark designed to carry alien civilization beyond the reach of cosmic destruction. Every aspect of human development, intelligence, creativity, social cooperation, technological advancement, had been carefully engineered to produce a species capable of preserving and continuing an extraterrestrial legacy. Dr. Chun, monitoring the discussion from his facility in Puerto Rico, introduced another disturbing element to the debate. Our analysis of historical records suggests that the alien cultivation program has already influenced human development more than we realized. Many of our greatest scientific breakthroughs, artistic achievements, and social advances correlate with periods of increased electromagnetic activity from the underground facilities. We may not be as naturally evolved as we believed. The revelation that human progress had been artificially accelerated throughout history challenged fundamental assumptions about human achievement and potential. Leonardo da Vinci, Marie Curie, Albert Einstein, and countless other brilliant minds might have been products of alien genetic enhancement programs, unknowingly carrying modified DNA designed to advance human civilization according to predetermined patterns. As the global debate continued, reports began arriving from around the world of unusual phenomena near the known facility sites. Witnesses described strange lights emanating from the ground, unusual electromagnetic interference, and what could only be described as a low-frequency humming sound coming from deep beneath the Earth's surface. The alien systems appeared to be responding to the proximity of human decision-makers, as if they were awakening after millennia of dormancy. Dr. Al-Rashid made a breakthrough in translating the more complex sections of the alien archives. The records revealed that the beings who had created the cultivation program had faced the same choice millions of years earlier. Their own species had been artificially enhanced by an even more ancient civilization to prepare them for the cosmic threats that periodically swept through the galaxy. The pattern stretched back through countless generations of species, each one serving as both inheritor and protector of an accumulated galactic wisdom spanning eons. We're not the first to face this decision, Dr. Al-Rashid explained. The alien records describe a vast chain of succession stretching back to the beginning of complex life in this galaxy. Each enhanced species becomes responsible for identifying and preparing the next generation of successor species. If we accept enhancement, we're not just saving ourselves. We're accepting responsibility for continuing a cycle of preservation that has protected life in this galaxy for millions of years. The philosophical implications were profound. Humanity wasn't just being offered survival and enhancement. It was being invited to join an ancient fellowship of species dedicated to preserving life against the cosmic forces that constantly threaten to extinguish it. The choice wasn't between natural and artificial development, but between isolated extinction and integrated survival as part of something infinitely larger than Earth. But the decision couldn't be delayed indefinitely. Dr. Morrison's team discovered that the alien systems had been programmed with a deadline. If no decision was made within 72 hours of human discovery of the facilities, the enhancement protocols would activate automatically. The aliens had apparently calculated that species capable of discovering the cultivation facilities were also ready for enhancement, regardless of their conscious choice in the matter. President Santos called for a final vote among the World Council. The decision was closer than anyone had expected, a narrow margin in favor of conscious activation rather than allowing automatic implementation. The reasoning was simple. If enhancement was inevitable, humanity should at least choose to embrace it voluntarily rather than having it imposed by alien programming. Dr. Morrison stood once again before the activation controls, but this time he wasn't alone. Representatives from every nation, ethnic group, and major philosophical tradition had agreed that if humanity was to be transformed, the decision should be made collectively. Through quantum entanglement communication systems, thousands of individuals around the world would simultaneously activate their regional cultivation facilities. As the countdown began, Dr. Park made one final discovery in the alien archives that changed everything. The enhancement protocols weren't just designed to prepare humans for evacuation from Earth. They were designed to make humans capable of stopping the dark matter phenomenon entirely. The accumulated knowledge of dozens of previous successor species had finally identified a way to neutralize the cosmic threat that had been destroying civilizations for millions of years. Humanity wasn't just being prepared to run from the approaching catastrophe. It was being prepared to end it. The enhanced human species would serve as the culmination of millions of years of galactic civilization development. The first successor species capable of protecting rather than merely preserving life in the face of cosmic destruction. The realization transformed the nature of the choice entirely. Activation wouldn't just save humanity and continue alien civilization, it would potentially save every species in the galaxy from the dark matter phenomenon that had been terrorizing spacefaring life for eons. The responsibility was overwhelming, but so was the opportunity. Activation in 10 seconds, Dr. Morrison announced to the global network. Around the world, thousands of people placed their hands on alien control systems, ready to collectively trigger the most significant transformation in human history. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activation. The electromagnetic pulse that swept across Earth was unlike anything in recorded history. Every cultivation facility on the planet activated simultaneously, releasing carefully engineered atmospheric agents that would begin the genetic enhancement process for every human being on Earth. The changes would be gradual, taking place over several generations, but they were now irreversible. But the most immediate effect was the sudden awakening of dormant alien technology scattered across the planet. Ancient monuments that archaeologists had puzzled over for centuries revealed themselves as sophisticated instruments left behind to guide enhanced humanity. Stonehenge, the pyramids of Giza, Machu Picchu, and dozens of other mysterious structures began transmitting detailed technical specifications for faster-than-light travel, energy manipulation on a cosmic scale, and the theoretical frameworks needed to neutralize dark matter disturbances. Dr. Morrison and his team watched in amazement as their instruments detected responses from similar activation events on dozens of worlds throughout the galaxy. Humanity's choice had triggered a network effect, awakening successor species that had been waiting for the signal that the Galactic Preservation Project had reached its culmination. For the first time in millions of years, the galaxy's scattered children were in communication with each other, ready to coordinate their efforts against the cosmic threat. The age of enhanced humanity had begun, but it was only the first chapter in a story that would span the stars and ultimately determine whether life itself could triumph over the forces of cosmic destruction. The incubators that had created humanity had served their purpose, but their legacy would echo throughout the universe as enhanced humans took their place as guardians of galactic civilization. Earth had been revealed as humanity's cradle, but the galaxy awaited as humanity's true home. The journey from incubated species to cosmic guardians was about to begin, and the universe would never be the same.